Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever met someone and just felt that instant connection? That invisible pull is such a huge part of our lives. And today, we're going to dive into the science behind it all. I mean, it's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? Is it just random chemistry, fate, or is there something more systematic happening just below the surface? That's the big question we're going to explore. Well, social psychology actually gives us a really solid starting point. Interpersonal attraction isn't some kind of magic. It's a real, measurable force. Think of it like a kind of social gravity, with specific factors that can make its pull stronger or weaker. So what are these factors? Let's find out. Okay, so first up, we've got to look inward. Because before we even say hello to someone, our own internal state is already setting the stage for attraction. At our very core, we humans are social creatures. We have this deep, deep psychological need for affiliation, a need for attention, affection, and just feeling secure within a group. This drive is so fundamental that it makes us naturally open to forming connections. It's basically part of our evolutionary wiring. And what's really fascinating is how our own emotions can kind of spill over. Research shows that if you meet someone when you're already in a great mood or you're in a really pleasant place, you're more likely to associate those good feelings with that person. So yeah, that sunny day at the park, it might be doing a little more matchmaking than you think. But of course, attraction isn't just in our heads, right? The world around us provides some really powerful cues that shape who we end up connecting with. So let's explore how these external factors come into play. And two of the biggest drivers out there are, believe it or not, super simple. How close someone is to us and, well, how they look. Now, these might seem kind of obvious, but the psychological effects they have are actually incredibly profound. This is called the propinquity effect. There was this classic study of student housing that found residents were way more likely to be friends with people living on their own floor than on different floors. And why? Simply because they saw them all the time. So it turns out familiarity doesn't really breed contempt a lot of the time. It actually breeds connection. And then you have the powerful influence of physical attractiveness. Look, whether we like to admit it or not, appearance often acts as this initial filter. We all have this cognitive bias. It's known as the attractiveness stereotype, where we subconsciously connect good looks with other positive qualities, like being honest or smart. This is hardly a new idea. More than 2,000 years ago, Aristotle pointed out the huge social power of beauty. That just goes to show you how deeply ingrained this is in the human experience. But while these initial cues are powerful, attraction gets really dynamic once we actually start to interact. All right, so finally, let's get to the really dynamic part, the interplay between two people. This is where that real connection is built. You can think of this social dance as being choreographed by two main things. First, recognizing a bit of ourselves in someone else. And second, feeling that they like us in return. Both of these are just incredibly powerful motivators for connection. I mean, we've all heard this one, haven't we? Well, it turns out it's not just some piece of folk wisdom. It is one of the most solid, consistently proven principles in all of social psychology. The thing is, we are just powerfully drawn to people who are like us, and it goes so much deeper than just liking the same movies. We connect over shared core values, similar backgrounds, and even matching personality traits. When we feel that alignment, it validates our own worldview, and it makes our interactions feel so much smoother and more comfortable, which just strengthens that pull of attraction. And this is the kicker. Discovering that someone likes you is a really potent social reward. It gives our self-esteem a little boost and makes us feel valued. And since we're all naturally drawn to people and things that reward us, we become highly motivated to like them right back. So what you get is this incredible positive feedback loop. Person A shows their interest, which is kind of like a social gift. That makes person B feel good, which then prompts them to return that positive feeling. It's a simple cycle, but it's the engine that drives countless friendships and relationships. Phew. Okay, so we have covered a lot of ground here, from our own internal needs all the way to the social dance of interaction. Let's just pull it all together so we have a nice, clear final picture. So what this all tells us is that attraction isn't just one single thing. It's this complex dance between our internal state, the external cues we pick up on, and the interactive dynamics we build with other people. Each of these categories, the internal, the external, and the interactive, plays an absolutely vital role in drawing us together.
And that really brings us to one last thought for you. As you look back on the people who've really shaped your life, your closest friends, your partners, can you see these forces at play? Was it proximity? Was it similarity? Or was it that powerful little spark of reciprocity? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.